KSL's newest podcast, Uinta Triangle, is investigating the disappearance of an Australian man in the high Uintas in 2011. The latest episode drops tomorrow, and Dave Colley has a part of the story we've never heard before.
How far up did you put him?
A week into the search for Eric Robinson, the Duchesne sheriff still had an impossibly large area to cover, from the last known sighting at Fox Lake to the end of the Uinta Highline Trail.
If we can get somebody that's seen him other than where we have now, that'd help us immensely.
Somebody did.
We'd seen him after the report from the newspaper.
This scoutmaster encountered Eric.
Kings Peak, the highest point in Utah, was the ultimate goal.
August 2nd, 2011. The scout troop was 2 days into a Utah rite of passage.
A gentleman comes down the trail, solo hiker, well-equipped. He was from Australia.
Eric Robinson.
He started telling us of experiences he'd had on other treks. He'd been in the Himalayas. He'd been in Yosemite. He had vast experience.
But Eric said he had lost the trail the day before.
When he came across Anderson Pass, which is all rock, it's not a dirt path.
Eric Robinson had trouble here at Anderson Pass. As he headed west, the trail was covered by steep, high-angle snow.
It's about a 45-degree angle straight. 45 degrees is like a roof. If you slip, you can't necessarily stop yourself.
Eric described having a terrifying experience.
Kind of hand over foot of letting himself down the face of the rock. He had scraped up knuckles, skin, a little bit roughed up. There's a giant traverse that I think he had missed, and part of it was because of the snow.
That snow was still there a week later when a pair of experienced mountaineers hiked the high line.
We saw high-angle snow coming up and covering the trail. We decided that we didn't want to risk crossing it.
They chose to go above it.
So we were able to make our way across that snow on the very knife-edge top.
But Eric went below.
He lost his way and had to pick his path down through these cliff bands and mess of loose rock until he ended up here, where I'm standing now, in the Yellowstone Basin.
This is where searchers assumed Eric got lost. It's more likely, though, the steep snow spooked him, and he made the choice to bail.
Having contingency plans is crucial. And then knowing when to bail, all that comes from experience.
By the time Eric Robinson got this far down off the Uinta Highline Trail, he must have known he was off route. He'd passed too many signs indicating that he was not on the Highline anymore. He had forded Yellowstone Creek. He had passed the sign for Bluebell Pass, which also said Highline Trail, back that way. And yet he continued on down towards Swift Creek Trailhead, as if it was his plan to leave.
Then Eric ran into the Boy Scouts.
We got maps out, and I kind of described some of those options he had to return to the Highline.
If Eric intended to bail, this conversation may have changed his mind and sent him back up into the Uinta Triangle.
Once I head north, he heads south. We don't see each other after 20, 30 yards. Turn the next corner, he can be anywhere up there.
And in the years afterward, Russ, a pilot, often wondered what happened after they parted ways.
I've flown directly over Kings Peak, so every time I'm thinking about him, you know, where is he? He never came out. He's somewhere up there. Someone will find him.
Interesting account.
Yeah, really interesting. KSL podcast team continues its investigation into Robinson's disappearance in the Uinta Triangle with a new episode this week, and you can listen. You can catch up on that story for free anywhere you get your podcasts.